Hello, folks, and welcome to our channel. So, before we start, I know that this isn't the usual video for a Thursday. I've messed up the filming schedule for this week for CTGT Tarot. The news video, Thursday's news, will be on this Saturday. So, this Saturday will be the 2nd of August, I think it's going to be. I think so. Apologies for that, but we need to get this video out before August starts because I know people like to see it before the next month starts. So apologies for that. I've not forgotten. It's just going to be a 2 days time. Who knows? Maybe it's going to give Trump time to do some more stuff within the world, cause chaos or whatever. Maybe there's a reason why Thursday's news is delayed. Anyway, on to the next point. Paul Burrell. I didn't know he's going to be bringing another book out in September this year. One of you put a comment in the comment section and said that he's going to be bringing a book out. Now I know it's going to be in September, so it has nothing to do with this reading. Maybe because maybe tensions are brewing in the royal family. Well, apparently, it's no allegedly about it. This is what he said. There's going to be stuff in it that he couldn't discuss when the Queen Elizabeth II was alive. I've read his other books. I'm going to read this one. I'm going to get it into the minute it comes out, I'm going to get it delivered, and I'm going to buy it whilst in Cornwall. I'm going to do a reading vlog on it now. Some of you will remember the reading vlogs I used to do when this channel used to be a bookish channel, because it used to be a bookish channel. It went through a period of being a bookish channel. Some of the bookish content now has been dropped, but some of it is now over on our other channel called The Thackeray's, where I'm going to do a reading vlog on this. Now, some of you will remember the reading vlogs where basically I used to pick up a non-fiction book and read it. And then every so often, every 2 or 3 chapters or whatever, I'd come on and I'd just talk about my thoughts and feelings and maybe sometimes put a little bit of B-roll in it. If you want to watch me do the Paul Burrell, I might even do some cards with it, who knows? If you want to watch the Paul Burrell vlog, it will be on the Thackeray's towards the end of September into October, depending on when we can get it uploaded. It won't be on here, it'll be on the Thackeray's. The link to the Thackeray's is in the description box beneath this video and the pinned comment, as with all the other links that you can access for various things. Also, as well, and I'll explain more about this at the end, the next group healing is in August, which is the 12th and 13th of August. And it's 2 days distance channeled healing in relation to healing ancestral trauma. So if that sounds like your bag, wait till the end when I give some more information, or you can go to the description box and pinned comment beneath this video and it'll say group healing. For more information, watch this video. If you've never done a group healing with me before, watch that video. And to take part, it takes you to the link. Bloody hell. Well, we're through with that. If you want to book a session as well, the website's below. Instagram, TikTok, all the gubbins. Okay, let's get to it. So the decks you will see, the cards you will see in this video are this one, predictions deck by Trish James Oracles. Okay, and you can get this from Trish James Oracles website. Okay, this deck, I love her decks, by the way, but I'm just going to explain because this is like more of a global type thing. So some of the cards may be a bit like, whoa, wild for the royal family. I'm going to read around it. Okay, so just when the pictures come, you're like, what has it got to do with the royal family? It will, on some level, we'll find it. So predictions deck, which I really enjoy using. We've then got the Tarot Grand Lux by Cairo Marchetti. And you'll also see the Christ Consciousness by Amanda Ellis deck. So let's get to it. Roll up your sleeves, get yourself a nice drink of tea or coffee or cacao, and let's go for it. So as usual, we'll do the general read on the royal family, general energies for the month ahead, and then we'll do the top 4, as I call them. I know that Anne is the Queen of England, really. The unanointed queen, I know that. But to pawn every member of the royal family would be too much. So the top 4 I call maybe we need to look at Harry in this as well, even though I know he's not part of the top 4. But, oh, God. The top 4 usually are Charles and Camilla, the King and Queen, and William and Catherine. But I keep forgetting to read on Harry for some reason. So I'm going to write Harry on my list. Put a little pattern around him and a little star, just so I really don't forget. And if it's meant to come up, it'll come up. It'll possibly come up in relation to the king. So we've got the main predictions and energies for the UK royal family. August 2025. Oops. I was joking, by the way, when I said that I know that Anne's the Queen of England. She's actually the Queen of the United Kingdom. No, she is a queen, really, isn't she? I know she's not the queen, but anyway, if you know, you know. If you get me at my sense of humor, you'll understand. I think she'd have made a good queen, actually. Anyway, royal family, UK, August 2025. Okay. Surprise attack. Okay, interesting. And a planned outcome at the bottom. Let's keep pulling. Submarine underwater. See what I mean? Bear with it. Don't get, because I know people can get a little bit ooh with these cards, but just let's get to the end. Urgent, act now. Just let me make some space. Betrayed, backstabbed. Strategy, planning. Lies, deception. I think we're going to be coming on to Harry. Downgraded. We'll do two more cards. Wowzers. Imprisoned, detained. In fact, I'm going to do another one. Declassified documents. And another one. I'll put the deck down so now I can't pull another one. And military plane. Okay, so UK royal family. Now you could say, look at those cards. There could be a surprise attack within the water that needs us to act urgently. But I'm feeling with these cards, when I was reading them in my head, there's something here with possibly in connection to Harry and all the stuff. I mean, okay, as well, the Paul Burrell stuff. So we're working up towards the Paul Burrell book in September. So surprise attack, I feel, is more to do with online stuff, books being written, interviews, all of that stuff, all of the stuff that they thought was going to rest and we're going to move forward is going to be coming up over the next couple of months, August into September. A lot of deep rooted stuff that they have buried, all of them, especially the ones closely connected to Diana, that is going to be coming up. Urgent act now is, again, clock is ticking for every human on the planet. So this is all stuff to be faced. This is interesting. There's going to be some people want to throw shade at Paul Burrell, and I do get why. I understand why. But I was having my porridge this morning. One of the things that came to me was every bad thing that happens to us in life is actually a teaching moment. It's not because the universe hates you. It's not because you're a bad person. It's because the universe is trying to teach us something, trying to teach us something, wake us up to something, try to get us to heal something, to change something. Now, on the surface, some people go, Paul Burrell again bringing out his next book. And yeah, I get that. But on a deeper level, the wounded around the whole Charles and Diana, I'm talking about the children here, and the sons, went very deep. It went very deep for the general public, actually. For a lot of people, still refuse to see Camilla as queen. So this is going to give them, the sons, Charles, anybody, Camilla, anybody connected to it, Spencer's, all of them, chance to heal another layer of the onion. And it's urgent. Act now. Act now. Sort yourselves out. Sort yourselves out to the next layer. Betrayed backstab, I feel, comes into, there could be some more stuff coming in with Harry and Meghan and all. I think that is just a brewing. I don't know. Should we pull on him in a bit? Let's keep it separate. Strategy planning. Also, as well, needing to have meetings in relation to what's going to come out in this book. I mean, what is he going to be talking about? Here's in Paul Burrell. Let's pull a card that he couldn't say whilst the Queen was alive. I remember watching an interview, I don't know if any of you, I can't tell you the name. Honest to God, I can't even tell you what year it was, but it was an interview. And I think it was the start of the interview. I think it was him talking about himself, his sexuality or something. I can't remember. And in this interview, he did something really cryptic. You know, when you say nothing, but you say everything. And he basically made a hint that Charles liked both men and women. I apologize. I actually cannot remember the name of the interview. He's done a lot of interviews, but I can't remember the name of it. It could be that if he knows something that, that Charles likes both, or just like, let's not go there, but, there are rumors out there. Not public. Yeah, it's public schoolboy stuff, private school stuff. Um, Especially in the aristocratic circles where, yeah, a lot of them can be very effeminate. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with being gay. Nothing wrong with being bisexual. But there could be stuff in relation to that coming out. It's just when I heard about the book and I heard that he was going to start talking about things that he couldn't talk about during Queen Elizabeth's lifetime, I was like, I'll never forget that moment that he, honest to God. Okay, so distraction and illusion. Paul Burrell's book. What's the energy of Paul Burrell's book? What's the energy of Paul Burrell's book? Uprising and rebellion, and he's joining forces. There's something about joining forces, uprising and rebellion. One more card. Consequence, damage done. One more card. Surveillance record. So he's seen stuff. He would have seen stuff. I think this is one of the reasons why I know the royal family like to like to be respectful to their staff, and rightly so. But I also feel as well on some level that is really good and kind and nice and good, and you should be respectful to your staff. But I also think it's because the staff see stuff and hear stuff. So there is a lot here. Um, I'll do a separate video on the Paul Burrell stuff at a later date. But anyway, lies and deception. Are we going to have a situation where we don't know what's truth and what's not? One of the things I'm also feeling is whatever comes up over the next 2 or 3 months with this book, with the further things with Harry and Meghan, is to stay in your heart with it. With everything that's happening in the world right now, is to stay in our hearts. We may hear things we don't want to hear, may hear things that trigger us, but it's all about, well, it's not the self-mastery oracle, is it? By Amanda Ellis. That's the Metatron oracle, but self-mastery. It's about self-mastery here, okay? There's going to be more things coming up in the world where we have to be true alchemists. Downgraded. So there could also be something coming. I mean, there are many people losing respect with the royal family. Imprisoned and detained. Sorry, my light reflects on these cards. And declassified documents. So these are all things that we're not being partial to. And I'm feeling as well that the royal family do have their secrets. They're human beings. They have their secrets. And back in the olden days, it was harder to keep things buried because it was easier. Sorry, it was easier to keep things buried, but it's harder now. Um, we live in a very grab world where people are wanting to make a faster buck. People have a story to sell. We live in the era of truth. Now, sometimes mistruths come up as truth, but we do live in an era where many truths are coming up to the surface. So it's harder. We live in social media. I don't know what Diana would have done if she'd have been alive now, where the press chased her, but human beings have phones. Everyone has a camera. Um, so it's harder. It's harder to hide things. We have platforms where we can express our opinion, express our narrative. So there is concern here over what people know, Paul Burrell knows, over what Harry knows. There's a lot going on the surface. I'm also being shown the energy of, like we all do, looking forward to your holiday. Their holiday is this obviously the summer, the break up to Balmoral, but there's a lot hanging over them. And I don't know what it is. Maybe astrologers could help with this, but there seems to be something with the royal family about August and September because it was August that all the Diana and Dodie stuff happened. September that Diana's funeral happened. It was September that the Queen died. It was, there's something about with the royal family. I don't know if it is an astrology thing, where September and October, oh, friends that have been following for a while, please at this point of the reading, we'll take a short break whilst you write down the words September and October, because whenever I make a bloopy with a date, something happens on that date. I was going to say August and September. I am feeling as well that the energy in August is going to be very, 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 very quick. I felt it in yesterday's reading with the general read on Claire Thackeray for August. The energy is very quick. Things coming up very quick, needing to release things very quick. And it's going to be the same for the UK royal family. So we'll have a look at the tarot now. And then we'll do the couples and the individuals. And like I said, I will read on Paul Burrell separately. And I think I might do Harry. Oh, that didn't sound right. Don't tell Megan I'm going to, don't get crass. I was going to say, don't tell Megan I'm going to do Harry, but I realised that sometimes people don't like me having a laugh. Um, I'll do Harry in a separate video and I'll do Paul Burrell in a separate video. So UK royal family, August 2025, King of Swords. Yes, Three of Pentacles at the bottom. King of Swords, the sword, the pen. So these are big challenges in August. Um, it may be the summer. It may be time for a holiday to decompress, but there's going to be some big challenges. They are conscious of what the man with the sword can do. So the whole Paul Burrell thing is hanging over them. He does know things. I mean, I'll do a separate video. Three of Pentacles. Did he have cancer? He did have cancer, Paul Burrell. I don't know if he's cured or I don't know. So there's an eyelash in my eye now. Dear my head in. Sure, it's a perimenopause thing. Eyelashes. I know we all have eyelashes, but I mean eyelashes falling out. I'm not going to Google about Paul Burrell's cancer, but yes, maybe he wants to set the record straight. Eight of Swords, feeling restricted, feeling restrained. Three of Wands, incoming information also as well across the sea. I also feel as well that whatever is in this book, it's stuff of their own making. And Paul has, I'm being shown, spoken to solicitors and advisors about this book. So it doesn't feel as though this is just something that he's just, I'm going to write it. He's had to really go through various channels to make sure that he can't get into trouble, if that makes sense. Eight of Wands going forward. We've got the 8-8 portal. So that portal is for us all, whether you're a King of England or a King of the United Kingdom. Or anybody else. We've got the Knight of Wands. Ten of Cups, not the Ten of Cups, Nine of Cups. Ace of Pentacles. The Devil. And the Magician. Okay. Well, Two of Cups. So, I'm drawn to do a clarifier for all of these cards, and I don't know why. Clarifier. Needing to defend themselves and people making money. Also withholding information. So let me pop that there. Does it get in the way of the other cards? Restrictions, incoming information. There's also a breakthrough with this, with the King of Swords and Eight of Wands coming forward, portal energies. There is a real opportunity with this to whatever is going to be playing out in August, be it behind closed doors that we don't get to see or on the public stage that we do get to see. Um, it's giving an opportunity. I've said it before, I've said it, I'm not going to keep repeating, to release something. Um, Knight of Wands, that's Harry. Knight of Wands clarifier. The world. And this one here, which is Five of Cups. So I'm feeling this is Harry, possibly wanting to get reconnected with family, reconnected with the royal family, and realizing the error of his ways. I do feel on some, I mean, I know many people have been saying this for some time and it's got repetitive, I know, but I do feel that there are issues in Montecito on many different levels and have been. I don't think there's ever been a true, authentic happiness there. And I think that's coming to a head in August. That could also be part of damage control. It's a big, I do feel, honestly, whatever it is that's coming up, we've got the world there as well. Paul Burrell's book is all going to come to a head on an energetic level, on a physical level. This has to be allowed to happen for them to clear something, for them to rise up from something. Ace of Pentacles to go forward, to finally be able to envision a different destiny. Interesting. Envision a different destiny. The Devil and the Magician. This is all also part of all of the structures within the world. Entertainment, royalty, political, pharmaceutical, big tech, big everything, all having their moment, and humanity being able to see all aspects of it, to be able to go forward from it. Two of Cups, unity. The royal family, I've said this before in previous videos, they do need to shed many things, like we're all having to shed individually, collective, in family groups, soul groups. They are the same. They do need to shed things, behaviors, attitudes, in order to go forward on their own personal evolution and their evolution as a soul group and their evolution as a structure within the world. So interesting. Let's have a card from the Oracle deck. A card for the UK royal family. Gethsemane, darkest hour, strength arrives. Gethsemane. So there's betrayal here. And at the bottom, Jesus and Mary Magdalene shared mission for humanity going forward. Deep clearing, deep revelations, Gethsemane betrayals. In betrayal, what they may feel, well, it is going to be a betrayal because he's a member of staff. Um, there is great healing if they're willing to go forward with it, if they are willing to learn from it, and also if we are willing to learn from it. So it's about not jumping on the bandwagon, not taking glee, not also going into denial. They wouldn't do that because they are so perfect type energy. This is another game changer. Um, Interesting. Right, we'll go do the God, how long have we been on this for? Good grief. Possibly going to be a biggie. We've got the full moon as well in Aquarius on the 9th of August. 8/8 portal. So yeah. Charles and Camilla. No, doing the other deck first. Got a little routine on here. Be interested to see what card I landed on, though. Three of Pentacles, getting on with it. Charles and Camilla. Distraction, illusion. Betrayed, backstabbed. So again, this betrayal feels like it's around Charles and Camilla. Destruction, we shall come back to that in a minute. Surveillance record, same cards are coming out. Surveillance record. Um, Military action. Politicians and government. Drone strike. See what I mean? Declassified documents. There's definitely something about Charles and Camilla. Um, Duties, keep quiet. Don't do what you usually do. Sun, yes, positive. And mainstream news. So this is for Charles and Camilla as a couple. So there is some backstabbing, there is some betrayal. They're feeling backstabbed and betrayed. Illusion, distraction and illusion. There's a possibility that they're going to try and distract the public away. I mean, I don't think they can, to be honest, because the public love a good biography, especially when it's from Paul Burrell, especially when it's possibly going to have scandal in it, especially when it's a raw book. Wanting to distract people away from it. Surveillance record. I've said for a while that the royal family are aware of the unrest in the world. So for although it's holiday time, it's not going to be for Charles. There's a lot going on in the world in relation to war, in relation to their own personal stuff. The royal family are being advised about what to do in with military issues, so military action, politicians and government, drone strikes, being aware of something with drones, declassified documents. I wonder if also as well somebody has something on them. Well, that would be Paul Burrell also. I know Paul Burrell's got things on them, from what I've seen before. But this could be somebody other than Paul Burrell. Duties keep quiet. What they are also as well, they know something. They know something to Charles and Camilla, but they're keeping quiet. They're keeping quiet. Duties keep quiet. Look at that. Keep pure, keep innocent, keep the show on the road. Um, Sun positive, yes, but something can't be stopped. Mainstream news. The fact that mainstream news can't be trusted. Interesting, right. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Oops. Charles and Camilla. Can you remember ages and ages and ages, and this is ages ago, when I did a reading with Diana, and she said one of the things she wished she could have lived to do was to warn her sons to keep as clean as possible so that nothing they could do could be used against them. Because in the world that we're going to be living in, if you've got a past where you've done something, I don't know, taken something, I don't know, repair a relation or whatever, that can be taken by someone to use against you and to blackmail you, there's that is coming into my brain in relation to Charles. Sign on the dotted line or we'll leak this information. There's something there that I'm tuning into. Um, Charles and Camilla, August 2025. Victory. Okay, they're going in victorious. Something to do with pennies at the bottom, money. A financial scandal. Something involved with Charles and a financial scandal. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. Transition. The Hermit, keeping something quiet. The Fool. The Leap of Faith. Empress. Deceit and strategy. Queen of Cups. And the Wheel of Fortune. Things come in full circle. Can I have a clarifier for the Queen of Cups, please? And the King of Cups. The Three of Swords. Queen of Cups, Queen of Hearts. Emotions. Diana. Heartbreak. What's the next one? Eight of Cups. And Hierophant. Teaching, learning. I wonder if at some point, Camilla, by the way, I don't believe it's that Australian guy. Before anybody starts filling my comment section with nonsense, I don't believe it's that Australian guy. That is a red herring. I think I've said this in another reading where I feel it came up in another reading that Camilla possibly fell pregnant at some point. Um, Something to do with this Empress and deceit and trickery. The Fool, the New Beginning. Things coming. It's the same. I'm not going to repeat myself. I'm just not going to repeat myself. It's the same thing coming up. They're going through a karmic cycle. Um, right. Individual. Three cards from this deck. The King, the King, the King. King Charles. King Charles III. August. Society collapse. Compromised, harmful. Foreign occupation. Oof. Uprooted, taken out. Okay. We know we're going through a societal collapse. I've said this, structures are collapsing, royal families are collapsing, political structures are collapsing, everything is collapsing. Your personal world is collapsing for you to heal and rebuild it back. His world is collapsing for him to heal and build it back. But also as well, this is going very deep, is this, into his past. Also, as well, he could have been warned that there could be plans to take him out, uprooted. There could be plans to overturn United Kingdom, the royal family. I'm intrigued. Housing issues, unexpected result, public life burnout, public life burnout. So he's burning out, too much going on for him, too much emotionally, too much politically. He's feeling the stress with the Trump thing as well, with the Trump state visit. Um, he's feeling the stress of the old world collapsing, the new world birthing. I'm seeing the vision of a younger Charles that would have possibly felt in a better position to deal with this transition, but old man Charles, which he is an old man now, he's an elderly. Well, I don't like. I hate the word elderly, but he's an old man. He's an elder. Um, he's struggling with it, and he's struggling with his place in the world. It's burning him out. Immigration issues, the housing issues. I mean, he could even be getting advised to step down. His world is collapsing. Let me clarify for that foreign occupation. He fears for the UK as well. Heavy burdens. Fire, heat wave, climate stuff, heavy burdens. He's feeling the world. He'll know more than what we know about things. Um, he's carrying a lot of baggage, a lot of emotional baggage, a lot of baggage from the past. Interesting. Be interesting to look up Williams. Remember that dream? I've shared the dream, haven't I? I've shared the dream on here where I said Charles was just saying all this kind of crazy stuff, acting really crazy in public, and I screamed, well, shouted at William to step in before it was too late. I told you about that dream. Interesting. And when I had a similar dream about Catherine, that's when she went ill. So interesting. Camilla, three cards. Camilla. Science breakthrough. Rockets, SpaceX at the bottom. Downgraded. Military plane. Clarifier for military plane. All for money. And at the bottom, disaster wreckage. We keep getting this with about planes in the royal family and disaster and wreckage. I just hope that there's nothing brewing with that. Because we know we've said on these channels before that there is something not right with planes at the minute and the skies. And I personally, at this time, would not fly. Um, for various reasons. Unless I truly felt called to in my gut, but there is definitely something wrong with the skies. So I think royal family have to be careful with the skies. But science breakthrough. I'll clarify for that as well. Join forces. Explosive situation. Something to do with her health. There's a breakthrough here in relation to her health, but she is feeling downgraded. Now, if there's something wrong with Charles and he has to step back, she also has to step back. But anyway, she's not feeling in her power. She doesn't feel truly as the rightful queen. Overhead things are overhead. I'm not talking about planes, I'm talking about stories. Um, she always has this energy of when Diana is mentioned of feeling downgraded. The public, some aspects of the public will jump on this. And again, there's been online attacks to Camilla. So there's online attacks coming for her in August when August, September, this book comes out, and the more that people start to talk about it. Um, and money as well. Clarifier for all for money. Resigns, leaves office. uprooted, taken out. So there's something here about resigning, leaving office, uprooted and taken out. In what form that looks like, who knows? But there are definite conversations about the future. I've said this for a while. Anyway, let's not get stuck on Camilla. We've got to do tarot for Camilla, haven't we? 3 cards, Camilla. August. Hanging Man. Knight of Swords at the bottom. Family. Her family, her I only said her true family, not the royal family, but her family, her children, relying heavily on them and her grandchildren, feeling restricted, feeling betrayed. Um, I'm also feeling that in August she's going to have a holiday with her family, just her and her family, children, grandchildren. Um, she's struggling with the pressures of royal family. Should have thought about that in 1980s. Shh, Glenn, no need, really no need at times. Joking. Um, she's going through a karmic cycle. She's struggling with the restrictions. She's struggling with her place in the world. She's struggling with the title. Um, she's struggling with the modern world and what's going to come next, what information is going to come up. She's just wanting to cocoon down with her family, children, grandchildren. Right. So, an oracle card for the king. Okay. Celebrate and express yourself. This is a time for him to celebrate and express himself. Wisdom bringer, Earth School. Again, some deep soul contract releasing and deep wisdom from his stories, the many stories he's been involved in his life, Thomas. Mind trap and doubt. So he's going through doubt, self-doubt, and mind trap energy. Camilla. Joseph, fathering and responsibility. At the bottom, enlightenment, continue to grow, needing to grow through this. Also, as well, she's missing her father, wanting the support of her father, spiritual protection, armor of God. So, August is going to be a time where she needs her spiritual protection. Something's coming in August that focuses on Charles and Camilla, the past. It could, I don't want to say taken out because that's very dramatic, but there is a definite energy here of change, uprootedness, drastic, dramatic change and needing to refine their place in the world. Bloody hell. Now we'll go on to Catherine, God, and William. Bloody hell, get your words out. Oh, God, got a bit of a trap nerve in the back. Oh, God, she just did do that. If I've just sprayed myself in my butt. Oh, God. Well, let's hope to God we don't start. The nozzle's broken on this, and I can't see what I mean. Um, Anyway, God, please don't start watering the eye because that went straight into my eye. Maybe my eyes needed to be cleansed from that. Whew. William and Catherine, Prince and Princess of Wales, August 2025. Good grief. Strategy and planning. So they're planning and a strategy. What's their next move? What are they going to be doing next? Thinking about their future. Underground in hiding. Yes, they will very rarely be seen in August and into September. So there's not going to be a lot around them. Not a lot. Well, I don't think possibly be any visits. Um, Experiment or test. Needing further tests. Could this be in relation to health? Having to plan for something? God, this desk is just getting small. It's weird. Food shortage? I doubt that in a palace, but we'll keep pulling. Hiding something. Something being hidden, hiding something. That's down. That, as I've placed that on my desk, is beneath experiment or test. I couldn't be hiding something in relation to health. Society collapse. They don't think this is. I mean, it could be society as we know it could be collapsing in August. Don't feel it is. It could be royal family. It could be their family. Foreign occupation again. There'll be the threat of food shortages. What's his card? There's a card in my deck sticking up and it won't go back. What is it? Oh God. Airborne toxins. Quite a few times now we've had foreign occupation and society collapse. Can I have a clarifier for that? They are aware that there's a possibility for UK to be dragged into a war, you know. Um, Clarifier, foreign occupation, rescue revived, and all for money. The world is in a very, I hate the word dangerous, but the world is in a very dangerous, to some people, right? The world is in a very dangerous and precarious position. There is the invasion, the invasion. There is the chance of foreign occupation, societal collapse, rescue revived, food shortages, new rules and policies and law. I know I'm keeping shuffling, but this is welcome to the Claire Thackeray channel. Earthquake and shake up, something coming in to shake them up. Floods and heavy rain, emotions coming up to the surface. Um, Volcano mountains. They feel this feels insurmountable. They don't feel as though they can do it. They've got, I've said this for a while, they have so many doubts in relation to their future. You just have to glance at William and you can see it in his face. He is literally like a rabbit caught in the headlights. It's the food shortage I'm feeling also. I mean, we could be having food shortages in the UK, but this isn't about the UK. If you see this here, it's got the scales on the balance and food, they actually feel as though they don't, not, it's not that they don't bring something to the table. They just don't feel as though they're in balance to be able to take it to the next step. And that's quite true because they've just had the health stuff. Anybody that's had that health complaint knows that they don't really want to be queen just after you're starting to turn a corner, hopefully. And that's next to again experiment or test. But do not go into fear. Keep rising. You must not go into fear. I'm not going to go into fear over it. Because again, like I said at the beginning of this reading, everything that's happening right now in the world, everything that's happening in your world is trying to wake you up. It is trying to wake the world up. It is trying to heal something. So even if, God forbid, foreign occupation happens in your country, that is still that is also an opportunity for healing and deep release. They are going through it at the minute, the royal family. William and Catherine, August 2025. God, we wouldn't have time for anybody else, would we? William and Catherine, August 2020. High Priestess, King of Swords at the bottom. Family, Two of Coins, finding balance, needing to find balance. Defense, battles, Three of Pentacles going forward, one more card, and Harvest. I will do one more card. So, as a couple, William and Catherine, um, lots of mystery still surrounding them with the High Priestess. Um, Lots of illusion still surrounding them, people still refusing to see them as multi-dimensional humans, humans with flaws. They're wanting to see them as this perfect couple and not allowing them the basic human right of being seen as humans with their flaws. And they're feeling the pressure of that. Um, when someone sees you as perfect, my savior, you can struggle with being a normal human being, finding balance in a home life. This keeps coming up. Needing to defend themselves, there's online attacks coming in, there's battles within the family dynamics of next steps, what we're going to do, trying to find a way working together. Um, Seven of Pentacles can be feeling overwhelmed in the traditional Radiant Rider-Waite tarot. Um, I mean, this is also as well simplifies wanting a simple life. But the thing is, if you want a simple life, you have to walk away from it. You can't have both. I don't really care if this triggers people. You can't still be Prince and Princess of Wales and have that privilege and still want a simple life like, you and I have. Yes, there should be moments of simplicity for them, but maybe this is about finding the balance between it, but how does that stand with some members of the public that is currently struggling to pay their bills? But ultimately, that's not William and Catherine's fault because everything that happens to us happens for a reason. These are very, very interesting times. A card for William and Catherine. The garden, receive and heal the natural world. Gentleness, respond softly, needing gentleness, needing the natural world. The natural world also comes into this. I'm wondering, if William, when he becomes king, will make it so. And this is actually something I do agree in. I don't think that they should be slaves to the system of having to show up and 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 retire at 80 or 90 in some cases, or never retire at all. But I'm wondering if, as this goes forward, because I came another reading I did where I said that William somehow I said in the reading gives up some of the castles and palaces. I don't know how that'd work, just giving it up, but possibly hands it over to charities, to, I don't know, Historic England or whatever. I don't know. I don't know the details of it, but somehow he's going to make it, or his vision is to make it so he can have simplicity, but he can also have the job, if that makes sense. But yes. Because again, new earth energies, we ain't going to be having royal families in the new earth. And if you watch the video I did where we did a channel in 2 years' time, not 2 years' time, in your diaries, 2 years' time, 200 years from now, there isn't royal families. They're very different systems within the world then. Humanity is going to a place where it's more simplified. Um, it's interesting. God, we haven't even done them individually yet. Prince William, three cards, August 2025. Prince William, three cards, August 2025. Disaster wreckage. And the bottom is Sun, yes, positive. Good outcome. Tornado wins. Okay, so there is a form of disaster and a wreckage. I'm not saying it's a plane, a helicopter, a car. It could even be the disaster and the wreckage of the car in the Parisian tunnel. in 1997 that there will eventually be a good outcome. That yes, William is caught up in this tornado-like energy that many people are caught up in, but he can work through it. AI tech. I wasn't even going to pull another card. I just wanted to see what the next card was. But also as well, we know that August for the royal family, there is something big, whether we're told about it or not. And there is a disaster of some sort. A disaster could just be hearing some news. Oh, guess what's in this book? Or there's going to be a social media post or a truth that come up to the surface. Whatever, or something to do with Harry and Meghan. Whatever this disaster wreckage is, there can be a good outcome from it. It's just going to be a lot for William to deal with. Tarot, Prince William, August 2025. Tower, the world. Four of Swords, which is an ending. It's also about retreat and release and healing. And the Queen of Wands here. So again, we've got the Tower. So a shock, a clearing, an ending, deep healing, deep release, and then finding a way forward. So August isn't an easy month for him, but it's a month that can, if he rides the waves, if he steps into alchemy, if he steps into his destiny and power, he can grasp that wand and he can go forward. An oracle card for William. Living from the heart, he has to soften and open. Prayer, contemplation, and connection. Prayer, contemplation, and connection. William has had issues with anger. He has had issues. We all have had issues with anger. He has had issues with anger. He has had issues with closing his heart off because of all the stuff he went through as a child and as a teenager and as a survival mechanism. But one of the things he's having to do as a future king is soften and open. So this time period, we would be quite honest, not just this time period, but his whole life, you could say, is all about trying to get him to soften and open to be one of, that's interesting because in many of his incarnations he's been like Alfred the Great, William the Conqueror, like the first kings, the king with the vision, the first king of England, etc. What if he's also going to be the first king of a new age? Or the last king of an old age before the new age comes in. So he's playing a very, very significant role here. Um, there's also going to be a pulling back of funding for the royal family. Um, Interesting, right? Catherine. Oh God. Oops. Military plane again. Sun, yes, positive at the bottom. Royal family. I mean, have I said this? She has got more royalty energy within her than many members of the royal family. She is the future of the royal family. And she knows she's the future of the royal family. And possibly that's one of the things that is causing stress. Also, as well, she knows her children are the future of the royal family. Drone strike. I'm intrigued with Catherine. Uprising and rebellion. That looks like a hat she used to wear. Can you remember in the woods or something? There was a picture with a hat similar. Um, Evidence of scandal. AI tech. William got that AI tech. God, do we want to go back to last year? There could be evidence come up about AI interference with them. Um, oh, there was that picture that they did use. Let me just do a clarifier. The Mother's Day picture. Clarifier, AI tech. I hope they don't do something similar. AI tech. Clarifier. Heavy burdens. Uprooted. Oops. Taken out. The heavy burdens of the world of AI. And I tell you what, it's getting wild. What did I see the other day? It was that realistic. It was quite sick. I think it was just a picture on Instagram, and it was a picture of Diana with her adult children, and grandchildren, but it was so realistic. It was sick. It was in it, and there's lots of it. We know that AI is being used to do all kinds of things. They're finding the whole AI thing a burden. I also feel as well, I've said this before, Catherine is a perfectionist, and there are many things around that. She's still not fully recovered from the whole backlash of the Mother's Day photo and the heavy burdens of AI and how they're seen, how they're perceived, AI that can be done against them as a form of warfare. Um, the strange images that appeared last year that were so obviously not them, but somehow made it into mainstream. There could also be known targets of AI warfare against them, political figures. We know it's happening to political figures as well. So these are heavy burdens. So anyway, let's move on. Let's get some oracle cards. Also, as well, uprising and rebellion. She is being very rebellious in her own way. Not in the same way Diana or Fergie was, or even Meghan, but by actually being who she is and making the decisions that she's making is her form of rebellion. And it isn't just for her, I'm being told. It's for her son and her children to come from her. That they don't get put on display in the way that the system wanted to put her on display, if that makes sense. What's the card doing in there for? Okay. Catherine, Princess of Wales. Coins, 10 of coins. 3 of coins, getting on with it. Deceit, they've all got this. Well, it's come up in nearly a lot of the reads as a deceit card and death card, death and rebirth. What comes after that? And surviving, going forward, achieving your battles and rebirthing. It's Lionsgate. She's going to be getting some upgrades during the Lionsgate. They all are. A lot of what's going to be happening within the royal family in August is going to be tied into Lionsgate and the Lionsgate portal. Um, and a card for Catherine. Miracles, manifest and believe. And she's got the same as Charles, I think. Wisdom bringer, Earth School. So, having gone through a period of deep challenges, coming through with wisdom that she can take forward, miracles, manifest and believe. I'm drawn to go back to William and this whole thing with the palace. One of the things I've just been shown with my back is it's just energy that I'm moving around my back at the minute that it can get quite painful. One of the things that I've been shown in relation to that is um it's the unburdening. It's the unburdening of that. And This could be a download that will upgrade that he has, where he literally says, I don't want that anymore. I don't want that. And I don't want that. I don't want that privilege in order to be able to have the life he wants. And it to be seen and accepted more by the general public. Interesting times ahead. So, right. I'll do a separate read on Paul Burrell. I'll do a separate read on Harry, and we'll see what's happening with Harry. I mean, there could be a lot of the Harry stuff that's in there as well. Um, Interesting times. Next group healing is in August, 12th and 13th of August, ancestral healing. Information about that is below in the description box. Yeah, there's a playlist on here called CT's Royal Tarot. Work your way through it if you want. Yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.